The Marvel Cinematic Universe is by far the highest-grossing movie franchise of all time. With more than $18 billion in total box office sales, it's worth more than Star Wars and Harry Potter combined. Disney is acutely aware of this fact, and they are churning out dozens of Marvel movies in the coming years. That's good news for fans who are ravenous to catch up with their favorite characters and enjoy brand new comic book adaptations. Today we're exploring upcoming Marvel movies to look forward to. Scarlett Johansson introduced the role of Natasha Romanoff, or Black Widow, in the 2010 blockbuster Iron Man 2. Though she only had a smaller role as a special agent, she quickly became a fan favorite, returning for numerous roles over the course of the next 23 films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Black Widow will be released on May 1st, 2020, and marks the beginning of Phase 4, the first glimpse of Marvel's next era. A handful of lucky fans were able to see the official trailer at this year's Comic-Con, but it has not yet been released online. It begins with an establishing shot of a city and the unmistakable word Budapest on screen, confirming that the film is set to shed some light on Natasha and Yelena Belova's past in the city, which harks back to the first Avengers film. In addition, Marvel Studios have confirmed David Harbour, Rachel Weisz, and Florence Pugh have all been added to the cast. The announcement was made public over a year ago, but The Eternals is slated to be released on November 6, 2020. In April 2018, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige did admit that a film based on Jack Kirby's The Eternals was in development. Eternals is one of many things that we are actively beginning to have creative discussions about to see if we believe in them enough to put them on a slate, said Feige. Since then, Marvel Studios confirmed that the series, which is partially based on Homer's The Odyssey, will feature an ensemble cast with Angelina Jolie as Thena, Salma Hayek as Ajax, Richard Madden as Icarus, Lauren Ridloff as Makkari, Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo, and Brian Tyree Henry as Phastos. Jolie will hold down the star-studded cast in the lead role. This surprised many fans, as Jolie has been largely absent from Hollywood in recent years. Though Shang-Chi may be a completely new addition to the MCU, it doesn't mean he's coming totally out of left field. According to MCU boss Kevin Feige, the character has been surreptitiously introduced in previous films. While this cryptic comment left fans scratching their heads, it has been confirmed that the title role of Shang-Chi will be played by Canadian actor Simu Liu. Viewers may recognize him from the Netflix comedy Kim's Convenience. Other cast members include Tony Leung and Awkwafina. Destin Daniel Cretton will direct this new Marvel venture. The filmmaker is currently best known for his well-acclaimed independent film Short Term 12, which starred a pre-famed Brie Larson, Lakeith Stanfield, Stephanie Beatrice, and Rami Malek, among several others. The film is slated to be released on February 12, 2021. After plenty of anticipation, Marvel Studios has finally unveiled its surprising plans for Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. While a Doctor Strange sequel was always in the cards, the official announcement of the film's title, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, was wholly unexpected, as was the confirmation that Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, would appear in the movie. Marvel hasn't officially said whether or not Benedict Wong will return as Stephen Strange's assistant, or whether Rachel McAdams will reprise her role as Christine Palmer, Strange's love interest, although both seem likely. The title of Doctor Strange 2 strongly suggests that the multiverse is about to become central to the MCU as well. The movie will be released on May 7, 2021. Chris Hemsworth's Marvel contract was finished as of Avengers Endgame, but that didn't stop Marvel from announcing a fourth Thor movie. Ragnarok director Taika Waititi is back for the fourth installment of this series, and the movie was officially unveiled at Comic-Con with one very surprise announcement. Rumor has it that Thor: Love and Thunder will introduce another legendary strongman into the MCU. We've already gotten to know the eponymous Asgardian warrior over the past 8 years, and apparently his fourth movie may bring us his Greek counterpart Hercules as well. Marvel Studios also announced that Natalie Portman would make her debut as a female version of Thor in the new film, slated for a November 2021 release. With the arrival of female Thor in the MCU, Waititi has revealed that he's taken inspiration from the movie from Marvel Comics series The Mighty Thor by Jason Aaron and artist Russell Dodderman. That storyline is incredible, is full of emotion, love, and thunder, and introduces for the first time female Thor, he explained. Marvel Comics' famous vampire hunter is headed back to the screen, with two-time Academy Award winner Mahershala Ali set to star in Blade, a reboot of the franchise featuring the day-walking, vampire-killing hero. The Blade reboot, which hasn't been identified as a television series or a movie at this point, was first announced during Marvel Studios' July 20th panel at Comic-Con International in San Diego, where Ali made a surprise appearance to confirm his involvement. Though there is no official release date, Blade will likely be released in 2022 and represents the beginning of Marvel's Phase 5. The studio has not released any cast information other than the lead role, but fans are already speculating about who will grace the silver screen. Many people expect a cameo from former Blade star Wesley Snipes. There is no questioning that the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise is one of the greatest achievements of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Prior to the titular group's big screen debut, general pop culture awareness of their existence was basically zero, and many questioned why Marvel Studios would take such a huge risk on an unknown property. 2 blockbusters later, the brand has earned $1.6 billion at the global box office, and the characters have become some of the most popular in the entire comic book movie canon. James Gunn will return to write and direct the third feature film, which will be released on May 6, 2022. This was called into question in 2018 when offensive tweets surfaced on his Twitter account. Since then, Gunn was fired and then rehired after fans and studio execs expressed outrage at his removal. In addition, the core cast will remain the same, including Chris Pratt, Dave Bautista, Palm Clementif, and Bradley Cooper. Even before Marvel started talking officially about the MCU's Phase 4, given the reaction to the first movie, boss Kevin Feige said a Black Panther sequel is absolutely going to happen. That's a no-brainer given that the film broke records for the superhero genre, landed a historic Golden Globes nomination, and made Oscar history at the 2019 Academy Awards. In October 2018, The Hollywood Reporter confirmed that Ryan Coogler would be back to direct the Black Panther sequel. According to the report, Coogler has begun or will soon begin working on the script in time for a February 18, 2022 release date. Chadwick Boseman will surely reprise his role as T'Challa. It's similarly a safe bet that Letitia Wright will be back as Shuri, Lupita Nyong'o will return as Nakia, and Danai Gurira will return to play Okoye. Captain Marvel landed with a bang at the box office, with the second biggest opening of the MCU to date. It was a long wait for the Marvel Cinematic Universe to give fans a female-led solo movie, and Brie Larson's fighter pilot turned alien superhero Carol Danvers didn't disappoint. The sequel does not have a definite release date, but it will likely be sometime in 2022. In February 2019, The Hollywood Reporter doubled down on an October 2018 report that Larson was paid $5 million for her debut in Captain Marvel and signed on to a 7-film contract. That means we'll see a whole lot more from Larson, but details are still scarce on this much-anticipated sequel. Marvel Studios exec Kevin Feige dropped so many bombs during his Comic-Con appearance that he claimed to be too short on time to mention the new Fantastic Four movie. He did, however, confirm that the reboot was in the works and is likely slated for a 2023 release as a part of Marvel's Phase 5. Ant-Man and the Wasp director Peyton Reed has expressed interest in Fantastic Four. Reed originally pitched his idea for a Fantastic Four movie to Fox back in 2002, with the film being set in the 60s. However, the cast and crew are still total question marks at this point. The new Fantastic Four cast hasn't even been decided yet, but we can probably eliminate past performers from the conversation, such as Ian Gruffett as Mr. Fantastic, Jessica Alba as Invisible Woman, or Chris Evans or Michael B. Jordan, both as the Human Torch. Spider-Man: Far From Home came out this summer, but this is the MCU we're talking about, and so of course details of its follow-up are already being teased. While the Homecoming sequel marks the end of Phase 3, it certainly doesn't for Tom Holland's version of Peter Parker. In fact, we've known for some time that the actor is booked for a trilogy of Marvel movies under the web-slinger banner. Though it hasn't been confirmed by Marvel, most fans expect a release date of July 29, 2022. Of course, Holland has also said he'll play Spider-Man for the next 20 years, so just because Spider-Man 3 will see the actor fulfill his current contract doesn't mean he'll stop playing the character. Holland could extend his contract for future movie appearances. It has been rumored that Donald Glover could co-star as the villain Prowler. In a year that delighted audiences with numerous big-budget superhero movies, the animated film Into the Spider-Verse was a surprise success, earning $375 million globally. Buoyed by critical and commercial success, talk quickly turned to the sequel, as well as the potential for other spin-offs from young Spider-Man Miles Morales' first big-screen adventure. Joaquin Dos Santos, known for his work on cartoon series Avatar: The Last Airbender and more recently Netflix's Voltron series, has been tapped to direct the sequel. David Callahan, who penned The Expendables and worked on Wonder Woman 1984 as well as Zombieland 2, is writing the feature. A release date is unavailable at the moment, but many fans expect much of the cast, including Haley Steinfeld, John Mulaney, and Nicolas Cage, to return. Hollywood is increasingly interested in gender representation, and it's not uncommon to see all-female reboots of popular franchises. The Spider-Verse franchise is no exception. The female spin-off will be directed by Lauren Montgomery and promote Gwen Stacy from a scene-stealing supporting character to the lead. But the Spider-Woman film will also be responsible for introducing several other female Spidey characters in this universe. Beck Smith, a largely unknown screenwriter, has been rumored as a potential to write the film. Of course, this movie is a long way off, and the release date has yet to be determined. Despite the absence of Spider-Man, Sony's Venom movie was a massive, if unexpected, worldwide box office hit. The 2018 anti-hero superhero movie starring Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock made so much money that Venom 2 was always a guarantee. Now that the film has found a director in Andy Serkis, production can't be that far away. Marvel has teased a crossover with Tom Holland's Spider-Man series. Michelle Williams, who stars as Eddie Brock's ex-wife Annie Wei-ing, will also return. The actress told Yahoo simply, "I'm in." The sequel will hopefully resolve her relationship with Eddie that was left in confusion at the conclusion of their first movie. Marvel has yet to determine a release date for the sequel. The X-Men franchise is expanding rapidly. It's true that we will no longer see any more Wolverine movies, but thanks to the success of Deadpool, 20th Century Fox has started developing plans for the future of its flagship comic book series. A huge part of this equation is the New Mutants film that has been in development for a couple of years. Now this project is less than a year away from release. The film is slated for an April 3rd, 2020 release. The release has already been pushed back almost 2 years because Disney was allegedly unhappy with the final product. The cast will include Charles Xavier, Anya Taylor-Joy, James McAvoy, and Maisie Williams.